Hi guys, it is an absolutely beautiful summer day here at Bugs in a Jar Farm in the Finger Lakes of New York, and I am up here at our most popular by far of our three tiny houses. We are at Seahorse in the Pines, and we have made a lot of improvements since my last video. So this is Seahorse as it appears at the end of May 2026. So we're going to take a brief tour of what you can expect if you elect to rent Seahorse in the Pines. And for obvious reasons, this is why we call this Seahorse in the Pines. So this is by far, Seahorse is by far the most private and remote of our three tiny houses. So if you're looking for privacy and feeling like you're out in the Adirondacks, I would recommend Seahorse in the Pines. This is a view of the grounds. So let's take a brief tour of Seahorse. Okay, so you can approach from either side on the deck. These beautiful slabs are for sale, by the way. So this is the view from the front door of Seahorse looking down towards the main house. And so this is your view. Okay, we are heading inside. So these are tiny houses. People sometimes they come here to a place called Tiny Homes for Rent, and they get here and they're surprised how tiny the homes are. So Seahorse is 8 feet by 10 feet. It has a double bed, which I believe measures 54 inches wide. So between the bed and the nightstand and the shelving, you know, that pretty much takes up the house. So you do have a double bed here. This is this beautiful handmade Amish wedding ring quilt where you have a lot of wedding anniversaries up here in Seahorse, as you can imagine. So a little bit about, now I have a separate video on how to use the Blue Eddy power unit. This is a 2,000 watt battery here, which, you know, runs most things. Now you do see this heater. I am going to let you know that the heat is a little bit limited. This battery will not run this heater all night. This is simply to knock the chill off. So particularly as we get into fall, Blue Dragon and Seahorse can get a little bit chilly. So do be apprised of that situation. And so what you have is you have one of these Coleman camp stoves, which I kindly request you put outside on the deck railing. Do not use the camp stove inside. You have a 5-gallon thing of our absolutely delicious water here. You have everything you need to make coffee or tea. So we have a full kitchen. It's about a 3-minute walk. We're about, I would call this a block and a half to the full kitchen, which has everything you need if there's not enough for you up here. And in addition, there is a charcoal grill, and there is a nice Weber propane grill, and I have an ice chest. You need to bring ice. We have a very small refrigerator in the community kitchen. I do ask that you bring your own ice and use the ice chest. Okay, and so this is the screened porch to get away from the, if we have a bug, it bugs in a jar farm, and it's beautiful listening to the rain. This, of course, is the mascot at Bugs in a Jar. That is Sancho Panza welcoming you to Seahorse in the Pines at Bugs in a Jar Farm. Let's take a quick tour of the grounds. Okay, as I say, you have a charcoal grill. You have a hammock stretched out between the pine trees. You have your own private picnic table, a big picnic table, little sitting area here, and a very nice fire ring. There's plenty of firewood here. I can't promise how dry it is, and there's no shortage of kindling, but of course it can get wet too. You might want to bring dry firewood with you if you want to be 100% sure that you're going to have a fire. So you got your fire ring and your sitting area, your picnic tables, another sitting area, your hammock, your decks, your porch. This is the pathway down to the main house and the community kitchen and community bathroom. This is the road to Blue Dragon tiny house, which I need to make a new video of. So if you're with friends and you want to rent both of them, you're welcome to. Dogs are allowed here except pit bulls. Please note we have a very firm no pit bull, no exception policy for all kinds of reasons. And so this is how far it is to the outhouse. Now again, you have access to a full community bathroom with flush toilets, hot showers, everything you need. But this is the necessary room. There you go. So you are all set in that department. Okay, the only disclaimers, amplifications, and clarifications and disclaimers. I've mentioned the no pit bulls. I have mentioned that the heat is somewhat limited because of the power. And the other thing is we're like a block and a half from the router. The internet can be a little bit spotty up here, particularly if you're in the house or on the porch under the metal roof. You might have problems with internet and cell phone connectivity. Generally speaking, if you come sit out at the picnic table or in one of these sitting areas, your internet will improve. And obviously, the closer you get to the house and the community kitchen, it's absolutely rock solid. I have had people stay here a week, digital nomads, sitting at this picnic table having no problem. But do understand, I am not promising top-notch internet here. This is for people who want to get away from the internet. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this tour of Seahorse in the Pines tiny house. If you are interested in renting this place, it is on Airbnb. Everything is handled. You can find out rates, availability. It's roughly $100 a night, but Airbnb, I can't be responsible for their fees. So it's Bugs in a Jar Farm in Wilseyville, New York. Go on Airbnb and look under Tiny Homes, Wilseyville, New York, Bugs in a Jar Farm, and just do all of your communicating about renting Seahorse and our other two tiny houses through Airbnb. And I hope to see you this summer. Bye, guys.